Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to do a review on the NARS Provocateur Palette. I hauled this a couple weeks back and I was sharing with you guys that I wanted to use it for a little bit before I had final thoughts, and I am now to the point where I have full thoughts on this little palette right here. I found mine at Nordstrom and it is on their website. I did check in store at an Ulta and Sephora and I didn't see it in store, so I don't know if it is only available at limited locations. But this one retails for $49. You get 6 eyeshadows, you get 1.6 grams of product in each shadow. So just to give you guys an idea, in MAC, like the MAC single eyeshadows, you get 1.5 grams and those retail for $7. These, if you divide the 6 by the $49, you're paying $8.16, so a little bit more. You do get a slightly bit more product, like a dash, but you are paying more for these if you were to pay them individually, basically. So let me get into all of these eyeshadows. I do have close-up swatches of them. Let's go into this little guy right here. It's flipped in the back here, so let me try to say the right name. This little cream guy right here is called Vinyl, and on their website they're labeling it as an iridescent light peach. This looks cream with a peach gold shift once applied to the eyes. A little bit on the dry side and on the sheer side as well, so it does benefit again from a little sponge tip applicator or wetting it as well. A lot of the times that I use it in the inner corner underneath the arch of my brows. I tried doing a spotlight with it, kind of layering it over this guy over here, which I'll get into just a second. It's kind of like the little duochrome shade in this palette as well, and it initially popped, but then as the minutes went on it just kind of disappeared. I could see it faintly, but not really very much. I'm not really sure what the deal was, but it does layer fairly decently with other shadows. Today, for instance, I laid it down first in the inner and then the outer corner, and when I went in to smoke out my eye look today with this guy and layered it over top of Vinyl, it transformed it from the gold peach to an orange gold peach. It looks really cool in person. I like the way that this eye look turned out, which, by the way, I have 2 eye looks, one of which is this one, the other one is the one that I was wearing in my Finish 18 in 2018, which a lot of you guys really liked that eye look. So anyways, this is a really beautiful shadow. It just needs to be layered up a little bit. This guy right here is called Screech, and this guy is labeled as a gold with silver shimmer. The silver shimmer is very strong in that one. This applies more like a flaky or a foiled shadow, and it benefits from finger application or a little sponge tip applicator. You're gonna get fallout regardless with this eyeshadow, but it minimizes the fallout, number 1. Number 2, it applies it a lot more smooth, or applying it wet would also help. Screech is a little bit of a mess, but a beautiful shadow. I really liked it every time that I've used it. This guy right here is probably my least favorite. Not probably, it is my least favorite. That one is called Smash It Up, and on their website they're stating that it's a shimmering black. To me, this is not a shimmering black. It is a shimmer, but it's not a black to me. This is more of a bluish gunmetal color. And out of all of the shadows, I have them swatched right here. Out of all of the shadows in this palette, the base of this is quite a bit more sheer. Majority of what you get is a light sheer base and then quite a bit of shimmer. And this is the one that gives me the most fallout, and it feels very dry. It feels gritty. So this is one that benefits from a similar color base. I used today the Scandalized one, which is the Rimmel Scandalized. This is called Naughty Navy as a base. And in this eye look, when I show you guys when I'm doing it, I'll show you guys without the eye base and then with it, so you can see how it lacks pigmentation. It's just, I don't know, I could have done without that eyeshadow. Anytime I blink, if I don't have something sticky underneath it or something for it to adhere to, as the day goes on, I have little black specks everywhere. Definitely recommend that you do your eye makeup first with this palette and then do your base after that, because even after I clean it up, I have little specks of shimmer on my face. It's kind of annoying. This guy right here is a beautiful shadow. This one is called Endless Party. On NARS's website, they're labeling it as a burnt mauve. I don't know where they get that from, because this is more of a reddish burnt orange, and it is beautiful. Definite standout in this palette. It is highly pigmented. A little bit of this goes a long way. When I dip my brush into it, I literally go like that. That's all I do in order for me to have a light wash of color and then blend it out and then go in. But it is a color that you can maybe go in with a blending brush to get a wash of color, and then if you want to deepen out the lid space or get more of a color concentration, go in with a flat shader brush, because this is super beautiful. I love it. One of my favorites in the palette for sure. This guy right here is called Not For Sale, which is a shimmering aubergine. This one and this one right here are the most pigmented eyeshadows in this palette. Really beautiful. You do get fallout with this one, but not as much as this guy right here. So the difference between this guy and this one, these are both labeled as shimmering eyeshadows. The base of Not For Sale is more pigmented, and even swatching it with my finger, it feels more creamy. And it has less of those shimmer little specks, so it doesn't dry it out as much, so it allows it to apply a lot more smoothly on the eye. This one has this kind of pinky shift to it. It's very slightly noticeable. It's one that I can go in with a blending brush and apply it, build it up, and it builds up on its own. It doesn't need assistance from anything else, to where the blue one to me does. This one right here is called Exploit. I thought this was gonna be my favorite in the palette because it has this kind of green, pinky, duochrome shift to it, kind of browny duochrome shift to it. Swatching it, it looks beautiful, but that's about it. I get it slightly on my eyes. Another shadow that benefits from finger application or going in with a little sponge tip applicator, but even with the sponge tip applicator, I don't get a lot of color from it, or it doesn't stand out on my eyes as much as I want it to, like how it does when you swatch it. It's kind of a disappointing shade for me, just because I expected more from it. Although all of these colors do complement each other, I definitely feel like you're limited in the kind of eye looks that you're going to create. And a lot of the looks that I got from it were very dark, kind of smoky kind of look, because all of the colors, or most of these colors right here, are on the deeper side of the spectrum. But I really like it. I don't think it's worth $49 though, although it is really beautiful and I'm gonna get the use out of it. Definitely like my smoky eyes, don't mind doing that. And I think a lot of the times when I reach for this palette, personally for me, it's going to be doing the same kind of eye looks. So I'm gonna jump into the two eye looks that I recorded for this video so you guys can see just a couple variations of using this little palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it really helpful, and I thank you guys so much for watching. Alright guys, my eyes are already primed and set with a powder. I'm going in with Endless Party, which is the orange shadow in this palette, and I'm concentrating that one on the outer V as well as dragging it into the crease. This color is really beautiful. It's highly pigmented. You can apply it lightly for a wash of color or concentrate the color, go in a little bit heavier with it, but it doesn't need a lot of building up, and it also doesn't need a lot of blending out either. Here I like to relax my eyes a little bit to see where I need a little bit more of the color concentration, and you can see how light-handed I'm going with my brush because it is so pigmented. I'm applying to the outer V Not For Sale, which is the purple one, and this one I'm going to apply it to the same areas as Endless Party, just not bring it as high. So I'm keeping it a little bit lower, a little bit more controlled in the outer V as well as the inner part of the crease. Again, you know, I like to relax my eyes to see where the shadow is laying. This shadow doesn't need a lot of building up, but I do apply it a couple times. So I'll apply it, blend it out, apply it again, and blend it out. What I do find with this shadow as well as the blue one is that they require a little bit of extra blending time. So when I'm kind of tired of blending them out, I'll just go in with the orange one to help smooth out the edges, which is what I'm doing here. I'm just blending out the edges with Endless Party here. I do find that these two shadows are my favorite in the palette. I think they're really beautiful. They're the most pigmented in the palette, and they're the ones that are easier to work with. Here I'm applying a pigment primer from NYX to my lid area and bringing it all the way up into the crease as well as the center of my eyelid and slightly towards the end. And I'm applying here is Screech, which is the silver metallic shade. I am applying it with a eyeshadow sponge because I feel that it applies it the best. I get the most pigmentation out of it, as well as it applies it quite a bit more smoothly. And I just bring it up all the way into the crease area, and to round out right into the crease for more control, I do apply it with a brush. This is Endless Party, and I'm going in with a very thin blending brush just to merge Endless Party and Screech together, so there's not a distinct line. I wasn't going for a cut crease kind of look. And then I'm going in with a clean blending brush to blend out Endless Party, and once again going in with Not For Sale to merge it in a little bit with Screech here at the end. Endless Party, nope, this is Not For Sale on the lower lash line. I do feel that it applies really well with a flat synthetic brush or a dense kind of scratchy brush. I feel like it picks it up a little bit better, especially on the lower lash here. And blending that out with Endless Party with a small blending brush for a little bit more control. And I don't bring it quite as low for this eye look. I didn't want it to be completely smoked out. Here I'm applying vinyl to the inner corner, lower part of my tear duct, as well as blend it up into Screech just a smidge. And I'm applying it again with a little sponge tip eyeshadow little thingy that I got. Vinyl, I'm also applying it to the arch of my brows here. Just a light wash of color for this one, but you can build it up a little bit if you want a little bit more of that shiftiness going on. I think it's a really, really beautiful shadow. And here I'm just going in with a clean blending brush just to blend things out. This is a finished look. I applied a brown liner in my waterline and a black liquid liner to the top because I did apply lashes for this look. I really like it. I think it's beautiful for a holiday party or something like that, or maybe going out at night. And I was trying to show you guys what it looked like with glasses, but I don't think you guys were able to catch that because of the glare. I'm starting off with Naughty Navy from the Rimmel Scandalized. They're chubby pencils on my lid here. As a base, I am starting off with the bare face because there's a lot of fallout with this eyeshadow, which is Smash It Up. It's the blue one in the palette. I'll apply it, blend it out, and then apply it again and blend it out because these do set pretty quickly. And I bring it up close to my crease, not in my crease, because as I blend it, it rises a little bit more. You are going to notice that my right eye looks a little bit different because I did leave the shadow by itself, which is Smash It Up, just to show you guys the difference in using a base with the shadow and not. So here I'm packing on Smash It Up onto my lid, and here's the difference, one eye compared to the other one. I do end up applying Naughty Navy to my right eye before I finish the eye look because I want them both to match, but I wanted to leave that clip in just to show you guys how less pigmented it looks without a base. I am blending out the edges of Smash It Up here with a brush. I try not to move this shadow too much just to minimize fallout. But anyways, I'm blending it out side to side, not trying to bring it up too high. And then here I'm blending it out with Endless Party, which is the orange one, just on the edge here. But I am going to go in with the orange one quite a bit more just to raise it a little bit more and blend it out further. I'm applying Endless Party here, which is the orange one, quite a bit higher with a blending brush as well. So I wanted the blue to peek through my crease or above my crease, but not too much. I'm going in with Not For Sale, which is the purple one in the palette, with a flat shader brush and just smudging it on my lower lash line, and then with a clean blending brush just rounding it out and smoothing out the edges, as well as rounding it out at the end of my eye here to blend it up into the blue shadow. Vinyl is going in my inner tear duct and blending it upwards and slightly into the blue shadow. I'm also going to blend it down and into slightly to the purple one, and I'm applying vinyl under the arch of my brow as well. I did pack it on a little bit heavier for this eye look because I wanted that iridescent shift. This clip here I inserted again. I had already done this, but I had lost the clip for it, so I applied vinyl to the inner and outer part of my eye and then went over that with Endless Party, which is the orange one in the shadow, to smoke it out, and it gave this really cool duochrome look to it. This clip right here, I forgot to do a clip of the eye look or the finished look. So this is me talking throughout the video just so you guys can see the eye look. But I really enjoyed it. I did go in with a black liner in my waterline and applied lashes and mascara off camera. Because I think a look like this just benefits from some lashes, just because it's a little bit more dramatic, and I really like the way that it turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.